it all behind you. I said, take down everything that stands in your way. Don't stop believing it'll work out again, my friend. Stand out and be a part of everything good. Wake up, you're gonna be all that you should. Try out all the things you always wanted to be. You'll see, 'cause I know what I know, that you've got it in you, and I see that you are a winner.
Oh, Teddy wanted to be in my lap just as I was starting my video, so I thought I'd let him have a little. This is Teddy. He's a year old as of last month. And he's down now. Anyway, I thought I would wear my Gomer hat, which used to be my good hat, but now that the cat has slept on it, it's pretty sad. Anyway, I just wanted to say that I feel kind of embarrassed now that I dedicated so much of my time and thoughts to a sleazeball like Trump. Yes, I actually was concerned. I was actually worried. I actually felt threatened by this wannabe dictator, and I really worried that he could take over the country and completely trash it and make it so it was no longer recognizable as the United States of America that I had grown up to love, you know, my whole life. But now I see that I wasted precious time with worry and fear over this ridiculous excuse for a human being. I'm embarrassed that I put up so many videos as a reaction to that. Like, I really felt that I had to try to convince people that this is not a good thing. This man is dangerous. He's done all that by himself. He didn't need my help, and he doesn't need anybody else's help. I think Trump is doing a better job of getting Hillary elected than anybody else in this country right now. Every time he opens his mouth, he helps Hillary even more. So I'm actually hoping that he doesn't drop out of the race. I guess a lot of Republicans are worried now because he has such a intolerance for losing. He can't imagine. I mean, Trump isn't a loser, and if he thinks he's going to lose, there's a good chance he'll drop out to avoid losing, and then he'll blame it on Hillary and say, oh, she has the election rigged. I can totally see that happening. I think he might drop out just to avoid losing, which right now it looks like he will lose, and I think every day that passes his chances of losing become even greater still, because every time he opens his mouth he causes himself more damage and he loses his even more credibility. Now every time I go online, I see, oh, these Republican leaders have abandoned him, these Republican leaders have turned against him, this Republican refuses to vote for him. I mean, it's like his own party is turning away from him because he's fucking crazy. He should be in a padded cell. I mean, I never used to, this never crossed my mind before, but now I'm totally thinking that in the future, before they allow somebody to run for office, they should have to undergo psychological testing before they can run. Although the GOP, I have to laugh that they couldn't pick up on the insanity before now. I mean, he was acting just as nuts before he was nominated as he is now. It's just, you know, now he's got the, I feel like now he doesn't have to try so hard because he's got the nomination, so we're seeing more of his true colors coming out than before. But it's like, really? The guy's a psycho. If you read about his business history, he's always been this way. He's always been saying things that shock people, and totally. I read the other day that he doesn't understand why he can't use nuclear weapons. I guess he asked this question 3 times. Well, why can't I use nuclear weapons? Well, there's this understanding that most people are born with, or they gain it very shortly after they are born, that human life is very precious. It's very valuable. You don't just arbitrarily kill off entire continents full of people just to get at your enemies. Oh, there's a few enemies here. Let's completely decimate the entire continent. And actually, nuclear fallout, it wouldn't just be the continent that you strike. It would be the whole world. It would cover the whole world. The damage, the nuclear radiation. Oh, why can't I use nuclear weapons? And Trump's saying that if his policies were enforced, he could have stopped 9/11. Yeah, because if he was in charge, he would have nuked the country before 9/11 ever happened. Oh, you know what? Those Middle Eastern guys, I don't like them. They're, you know, I don't trust Muslims, so I'm going to just nuke every country that has Muslims in it. Yep, that would have definitely kept 9/11 from happening, wouldn't it? Of course, now we'd be living in darkness. There'd probably be no life on the planet after Trump. You know, the radiation would kill everything that survived the initial blasts. But whatever. I don't worry about I don't worry about Trump anymore. I don't even see him as a threat. I see him as, okay, what is the new joke of the day? What new ridiculous thing has he done? It's a source of amusement now. And the only followers that I see clinging still to this idiot are the neo-Nazi KKK types. The haters and the bigots and the white trash and people who just aren't very educated. That's what I see following him at this point. All the ones that seem to know anything, the intelligent Republicans, or the Republicans that actually do care about America staying America and not becoming a dictatorship, have left. They've abandoned ship. They're actually supporting Hillary now because they think it would be better to be ruled by a Democrat, which I honestly don't think any president rules us. I honestly think anymore the presidency is just a puppet. The president is being controlled by other forces. It's not like they have ever ruled us, but even more and more as time goes on, I feel like the president is losing the power to some other mysterious thing that pulls his strings, you know? But, so ruled is a bad word, but it just seems that more and more Republicans are thinking it's better to have a Democrat, even one they don't agree with, running the country than a psychopath. Which Trump is showing more and more and more that he is. I mean, he yelled at a mother because she had a crying baby. Really? Yeah, well, you know, expect the mother, the woman, to leave the room, not a man. Yeah, it's always the woman who has to leave the room. The woman who gets excluded because of the baby. We're not really yelling at the baby. We're yelling at the mother and telling the mother to get the fuck out of the room. So it's an interesting show. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It's an interesting show, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. What will the GOP do if Donald Trump doesn't back out and they're stuck with him until the very bitter end? Or if he does back out, will it be soon enough for them to try to put somebody else in his place? And then there won't be a Republican convention again, would there? Would there be? Can they have two of them? Wow. Anyway, they could put my cat in the place of Trump, and my cat would be less of an idiot. He would certainly say less foolish things to embarrass the GOP. He could just sit there and look regal, and he would do a better job than Trump is doing right now. My cat, yes, my cat could do a better job.